So I spent the whole day reading the Decameron, but now it's time to give the day a twist, a turning point. Hello everyone and welcome back. This here is me. And this is Maruzza. For a few months now I have been sailing around the Aegean to complete some tests. In fact, as crazy as it may sound, we want to make it all the way to Senegal. So I really need to be sure everything is in order. A few days ago, I had a truly exciting sail that took me all the way to Psara, a tiny, remote and almost unknown island in the eastern Sporades. The place is absolutely stunning, not a single boat in sight, and it feels like a freediving paradise. This place looks full of fish, no boats come here, I haven't seen a single fishing vessel, it is far from everything, completely isolated. The rock looks good too, soft and crumbly, which makes the water a bit murky, there must be cracks everywhere, so it is probably teeming with fish. I am in a calm area, no waves, and usually where there is no surf, there is less fish. The surf is about 600 meters away, just around that point. So if I swim there, I might find a much better spot. "600 meters on foot isn't much, but swimming that distance against the current can be tiring. Along the way, I make countless dives, ambushes and short waits, showing off all my predator tricks. The conditions are perfect, yet I can't spot anything bigger than a finger. At the tip of the island, the surf is strong. The seabed looks perfect. Some current, small fish, good surge, slightly reduced visibility, but nothing is moving. So I give up and swim back, already thinking how to justify my defeat to myself. Then, just a few steps from the boat, everything changes. Okay, I just got out of the water, 4 sea breams, 2 of them quite nice. That's funny because at the far tip, where I thought I'd find amazing things, there was absolutely nothing. The fish were just 100 meters from the boat. I swam with my fins 1.2 kilometers, great leg work, but it was not worth it at all. So I'll call that a progress. Anyway, before cooking, I want to take advantage of this nice steady breeze. Okay, I have been anchored here for 2 days and now I want to change scenery. Behind that point over there is a beautiful anchorage with a sandy bottom and perfect depth. That is where I'm heading. I wanted to go this morning, but the sun was right in front of me. Everything was completely backlit, and I couldn't see at all the shallow reef that stretches somewhere out there. That could have been dangerous, so I waited until now, 3 p.m. This way I have the sun behind me and I can see the water clearly. It is much safer. I have got 2 reefs in the mainsail and a small jib, so the boat handles easily. The hardest part now is lifting the anchor. Actually, there is a bit of wind, so the boat pulls hard, and I have to do everything by hand. And now repent if you think big boats are better than small ones. With Maruzza, I sail off, enjoy the navigation, reach new anchorages, refine my sailing techniques, and gradually you develop that sensitivity you need to steer a boat like it was a bicycle. And I swear the satisfaction you get from anchoring in a bay entirely under sail is unbeatable. Insomma, Guys, in the end I made it to this amazing anchorage. It reminds me of an old TV series I watched ages ago, The Odyssey, beautiful, broadcasted by Rai, where Ulysses and his men reached places just like this. And now I can almost imagine coming from that valley a Cyclops, a Lestregonian, a Circe. And depending on who shows up, I either land, flee, or defend myself with my spear gun. Non lo so.
If you enjoy this video, join the crew and put a like.
I know, I got carried away. But since I have declared a war on the fish, now I need to figure out what to do with them. So I will fillet them and cook them all'acqua pazza, maybe with a bit of couscous. Delicious! I don't even know how I managed to eat them all. Guys, don't take me as an example though. The night is long and sometimes the sea breams come back, haunting my dreams with indigestible nightmares. The night went great. This morning I feel like socializing a bit. So I think I'll head to Psara. I'm on Antipara now. Tonight, goat stew. I'll also clean up a bit because I could look better than this. Anyway, enough chit-chat. I set Maruzza in motion and between close hold and beam reaches, I enjoy an hour's sail toward Psara. The boat flies, who needs an engine, and I am already dreaming of some nice Greek goat stew. One last glance at the pilot book just to make sure everything is fine, and I'm ready to enter the harbor. I'll admit, sometimes I may look like a drifter, but when Maruzza shows up in society, I want her to shine like the sun. So I coil all the sheets, prepare the mooring lines to avoid surprises at the dock, get the fenders ready, the stern anchor for mooring, and finally start the engine. Yeah, sometimes I do turn it on. Perfect. I'm ready for Psara. Unfortunately, this is the only picture I have of the town. I lost all the others, who knows where or how. Anyway, while wandering through the village, I randomly ran into an old friend of mine, Kostas. We met years ago on a tiny island far from here, and we immediately became friends, maybe because we are a bit alike. Now, Kostas overturns everything we think is essential in life. A long time ago, he was a sailor on merchant ships, but life changes. And today he lives on the streets, sleeps outdoors and sells small sweets to tourists. He pretty much owns nothing but his freedom and the countless stories he tells me over a glass of cold water. Because, as he says, wine is bad for you.
Tu? Tre signora? In Germania tre signora? Ah, bravo.
Kostas. Who knows if I'll ever see him again? And who knows, maybe one day I'll be the one selling sweets on some forgotten island. But in the end, I don't think freedom is measured by how much money we have, but maybe by the number of shows souls we have worn out walking around the world. But I'll stop my Psara story here, because that's where the sea ends, and I want to talk mostly about the sea. So if you want to discover Psara, you'll have to come see it yourself. In the next few days I'll set sail again, not sure where yet, so see you in the next video. And as always, we'll meet somewhere on the hook.
Ciao.